check out the Largo City Guide. In reality, it's more like a Pinellas County City Guide coming from a guy, a man, a dude who's lived in this county for about 12 years and maybe more like 13 years at this point. And I absolutely love the Pinellas County. Did you know we have more than 100 natural parks? Probably didn't know that. And the private beaches, I know some areas that I'm sure people spend decades coming, visiting, and they never get to explore. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up to date. Listen, we're not gonna just talk about restaurants or parks. It's gonna be a little bit of everything. So I really hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. Leave me comments below. Hope you watch it. Hope you stop right now and give me a like. Go ahead and give me a freaking like. All right. So listen, by the way, this is the city guide. This is the intro. You can download it from my website, or you can just ask me about it, text me, whatever you want. But you can download it on this link here below. And when you open it, it's gonna have this very silly cover that it's, the guy who designed the art decided to put my face on it. But yeah, you don't have to have my face on the first page of this thing, right? So welcome to Florida, and most importantly, welcome to Pinellas County. This is a list of all places I want to recommend to you where I have had great personal experiences. There are many more valuable places in our county to explore. I recommend driving around and simply taking a look at different neighborhoods during the afternoon. I highly recommend you drive to the beaches around sunset time. This is an amazing view of our county, and it does not require much of your time. I think that's a really, really good perspective, because I'm telling you, listen, you can come here and enjoy the beauty and not even have to spend any money or have access to a specific area. We have so many public things that you can just enjoy, and it's just so beautiful and scenic that the scenery is just. Anyways, here are my favorite spots. City landmarks, John's Pass. So by the way, all these links, you can just click on them and they will bring up the location on the map. So this is showing us where that's located here in John's Pass. Let me just put that away. So John's Pass, where is that in the county? This is the Pinellas County. Okay, starting right at Tarpon Springs, going all the way down to St. Petersburg, St. Pete Beach. So it's all the way south here. Majority of the amenities of the county, you're gonna find them here on the left side by Clearwater, all the way down to St. Pete Beach and Tierra Verde. However, you have downtown St. Pete. There's actually some pretty cool areas here in Pinellas Park and north of St. Pete. And of course, my favorite areas is Seminole and Largo. This is where the locals hang out. All right, so going back to the guide, we have the John's Pass. Beautiful ocean view, several places to eat food, enjoy the ship cruises, incredible sunsets. Honestly, there's just so much shopping to do. Look how beautiful it is. You have Pier 60. Okay, Pier 60 being, let's see if we can open up that map again, if it'll. Ooh. Okay, we had a little issue with the map, so let's just go ahead and go back to Pier 60. So this would be Pier 60 right here in Clearwater Beach, and it's called Pier 60 because this is the 60 Causeway, and it just ends right here on 60th. That's why it's Pier 60. So again, go through them. You're gonna St. Petersburg Pier. This was remodeled. You can find the videos on my YouTube channel. It looks incredible, and it looks like this is where they're headed. You got Safety Harbor, beautiful scenic and historic downtown. I love taking Cena there and just having ice cream. It's right here at Cold Stone. It's actually in front of this building. It's the Cold Stone. Cold Stone, I think it's this building right here. It's Cold Stone. It's one of the nicest ice cream place shops that I like to go to. Dunedin downtown. Oh my God, just look at this sunset. Lovely place to go have wine, have a beer, have they have the coolest breweries in town. Breweries, all right? I hope I'm saying that right. And you have the Bon Appetit restaurant right on the ocean view. Beautiful place. And you have Ybor City, Tampa, and the Riverwalk. By the way, I hope you like this content. If you want me to make more videos like this, let me know. I just had a few clients move to the town and be like, Luis, what do I do? Where do I go? And first of all, I was shocked that I had not shared this guide with you before, and I decided to just go ahead and make a video so you can download it and you can go over it. So Tampa River Walk, absolutely good place. I recommend going in the afternoon, catching sunset, staying for the nightlife. And the same thing with Ybor City. Now Ybor City can be a little bit more hectic than the darker it gets, so you know, it depends on what you're seeking, what you're looking for. Beach spots, I got you on this one. Fort de Soto, oh my gosh, Fort de Soto Park. Let's see if this was gonna work. Okay, so this one did work. Fort de Soto Park, just look how further out it is. This is just so beautiful. Looks like an arrow. Tierra Verde, and I'm all the way up here in Bel Air. So look how far it is. It is roughly about an hour drive, especially when you have traffic. If I go there, I like to go during early hours, and sometimes I take my electric bike and I will bike to Bel Air Shore, and then I'll bike all the way down to Tierra Verde. It's electric, so you know, easy to do that. Okay, Fort de Soto, Sunset Beach. Oh man, Sunset Beach is such a cool little place. Not a lot of people know about this place. Sunset Beach right here. It's because when you're driving down St. Pete is gonna have this bridge here, and that is just gonna take you into St. Pete Beach from Treasure Island. But if you keep going south, you get to Sunset Beach, and it's just such an amazing community and neighborhood. I had someone shopping for a property here, and they were looking at $3 to $4 to $6 million. It's really, really nice. You get an incredible sunset, etc. Okay, that being said, you got Honeymoon Island, which is another national state park, Reddington Shores. Indian Rocks Beach, probably you've been here if you're watching this video. That's where most of the Airbnbs on the beach are. And you got Sankey Park, which is right there by Bel Air Beach. Okay, so I just went over them very quickly, but just to kind of touch upon those again here on the map, right? You got Tierra Verde with Fort de Soto here south. Then you have St. Pete Beach. You've got Sunset Beach. You've got John's Pass. We talked about this one already. Then you go north, you got Indian Rocks Beach, and you can stop at any of these beach areas. There's inlets, like look, you know, there's places for you to just stop and park your car that are public that you can come in and use. You see, county ramp, so you can drive your boat there and take out. This is Bel Air Beach, Indian Rocks Beach, Bel Air Shore. This is the Sand Key Beach, and then you have the Clearwater Beach. I recommend you try dining at the Opalson's Seguini restaurant, or that you hang out at the Shepherd's Beach Resort, which is pretty cool. I recommend that you try Jimmy's Crow's Nest right here. Jimmy Crow's Nest, right? For an incredible sunset. All right, the sunset here is gonna be amazing. The Windham Grand Clearwater Beach is also an amazing spot to celebrate. You can do New Year's Eve there. You have all the restaurants here in the inner entrance. One of my favorite places is gonna be Clear Sky Cafe, and further out, don't forget about Sekushi on the beach. Pretty good food, Sekushi. And you got to try out the Palm Pavilion. Listen, if you're watching this video and if you've been here to Pinellas County, you're most likely either been to the Palm Pavilion or you've been to the Frenchy's Rockaway. Can you please leave me in the comments whether or not you've been to any of these two places? I'll tell you, my favorite thing about Paul Pavilion is the three daughter brew and beer, forget what it's called. And after I had a couple drinks, they have very sugary drinks. I like to go to Frenchy's Rockaway for a soup. They have, what is it called? Forget what it's called, crab soup. Anyways, the food at Frenchy's Rockaway is amazing, and they have this little sand sitting area. So it's just great. All right. Restaurants, Bahama Breeze, right between Tampa and Pinellas County. The Columbia Restaurant, an amazing view. I recommend the Sangria. That's in Clearwater. Island Way Grill. Oh boy, best brunches in town. Island Way Grill, right on Clearwater Beach by the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. You can tell I'm like searching all this by memory. Frenchy's, as I just mentioned, the Canopy in St. Pete, downtown, to go have a good drink. Again, listen, if I'm going too fast, you just gotta stop, go on Google, take a look at them. But if you watch this video, this is gonna give you a great overview of the things that you could do while you're in Pinellas County. The Canopy Ceviche Tapas, I don't know if they're still open. Man, this place is wildly magical. It is in the Vinoy, at the Vinoy Hotel. And I believe this is an underground restaurant. Let's see if it opens up. The Canopy. Yeah, it's opening up at the Canopy, so it is inside of the hotel. So I don't know if they're still there. Bridgewood. So they changed it to Bridgewood now. Okay, so that was called Ceviches back in the day. A lot of things have changed after COVID and the hurricanes. Vinoy. The Vinoy hotel that we just saw, 1925s. Okay, diners. These are the places where you can go get easy meals that are gonna be really nice, really fun. Fatty meals, bar meal type deal. You got Largo subs here in Largo. This is the best gyro or hero, whatever you want to say it, in Pinellas County, in my opinion. I love this little spot right here. Five Guys for burgers and fries. Mugs and Jugs. Again, this is another one of those that I'm like, are you still open? Now it's called Whiskey Wings of Largo. So it's not Mugs and Jugs anymore. It's called Whiskey Wings. Still pretty good wings. Check them out. And Locals, also recently sold, turned into a new thing. So now it says permanently closed. So this one's one of the ones that we're gonna have to update. But it is a new business, so if you were to drive there, you will still find something. Okay, and then Hungry Crab. Oh my god, I love my seafood boils, can't live without them. So here in the Largo Mall, I get the best seafood boils of my life. Obviously nothing like the people in Louisiana do, but I try. Then you got breakfast places. You got Spectacular, First Watch, Flying with Jerome. Oh my gosh, I don't know if he's still open, but that is and now he changed to another one. There's another one called Chess David. These are two French breakfast eateries that I need to recommend, and there's a new one in Clearwater that I need to recommend that I recently went to, and it blew my mind. The Country Skillet. Oh my gosh, Benedict's, Maggie Makes, Frida's Cafe. Go to Frida's Cafe. Listen to me. Go to Frida's Cafe, European bakery. My lord, Proino, Italian, and Venus. Actually, I don't know which Venus is. I have to remember that. Rivers and springs. I recommend people that just stick to beaches. You can also check out the rivers and the springs. Rainbow River, Wikiwachi, Silver Springs, Devil's Den, the Blue Hole. Itchakutney. So let me just pop up a couple here. Let's do Itchakutney Springs, Itchakutney. I know right now that my image is a little bit cut up and off, and I do not believe I can expand it, so let me just work with this. But hey, listen, this is what I'm talking about. Isn't this beautiful? I know you may not be able to see it, but that's Itchakutney. Then you have the Devil's Den, which is a prehistoric cave. Look at this. Isn't it crazy? Okay. And what else do we have? We have the blue hole. Oh my god. This is such an incredibly beautiful site. I've been there, and I tell you, it looks just like that. It's so gorgeous. The thing is that you do have to drive a lot. You do have a lot of driving. Let me see if I can. And this is gonna be in general for most of the springs. You know, like this is a 4-hour car drive, right? You know, maybe even 5. Okay, it's saying it'll be 3 hours right now, and then I can go to Silver Glen Springs. Those are really cool. I recommend you try these Silver Glen Springs. Those are really nice. These are in Ocala. People say they're in Ocala, but it's because you get to Ocala. And there's more. Like if you look them up, Silver Glen. You can even see right here how beautiful it is. Okay. So I strongly recommend that you try out rivers and springs. Parks in nature, George Magog Park. I'm gonna go a little bit quickly on these. The George Magog is awesome because it's also a natural preserve, and they have animals that they're taking care of. The botanical gardens are so beautiful. You can find these parks like the George Magog and Botanical Gardens here in my YouTube channel. I've made several videos about them, especially Botanical Gardens during Christmas. Go ahead and check it out. Walsingham Park already also. It's one of the first videos in my channel. The Boca Ciega is not one that I've done, so maybe I might do one. I've done the Jonas Taylor Park and Largo Central as well. So if you've been here, you know what I'm talking about. These are the best. We got Walmart, Target, Costco, Aldi, Sprouts, Publix, Winn-Dixie, Marshalls, Home Depot, and Nature's Food Patch. This is pretty much everything you're gonna need. Maybe, yeah, Lowe's. All right, so this guide has been created with the purpose of having the best information about the city in one place. Contact me, this and this and that. And this isn't really important, guys. Let's go ahead and finish the video here. Well, thank you so much for watching. I knew it was a little long, and I hope it wasn't too boring, but I'm just making sure that I share some of the places that I know. I also want to make a playlist about specific spots where you wouldn't normally get there if you didn't know how to get there. I'll give you an example. Right here on, come back here to the map. Forgive me. And I'm gonna go here to this spot right here. Look at this spot. The Hollett Park. Right here, the Hollett Park, there is a way right here for you to get down here. I know it doesn't look like much. I might have to edit this out of this video. All right, well, I hope you like this video. I know it was a little bit too much information, but I just want to make sure I share this guide with you. Download it. Make sure that you leave me a like and a subscribe. If you have questions, leave them below. Reach out if you have more questions. And again, go ahead and enjoy the county. And just know that there's a lot more to do than it looks. Because I know it may look like there's not a lot if you are not necessarily looking, if that makes sense. Anyways, nothing else for you. I hope you like this video. God bless you. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.